without me having to waste all that time taping things and then them being gone. So I'm back here this morning, and I'm actually back sooner than I thought I would be, but it's a cooler morning, and my hand watering is done, and the animals have been fed. I've had my breakfast, so I thought, oh, let me go through some of these boxes I have. I have all these boxes sitting here. I've been sitting here for some of them for a few weeks because I was sick before that. My dog was sick, then my cat was in the hospital, and I just have, all I had time to do was just sit online and relax and buy things. At the end of the day, I was too tired and not feeling well enough to do anything else. So anyway, I'm back now to drawing at least some cards the night before to find out how my day is going to go, and maybe one or two other little things, and that's it. But I'm back to talk about some books that I've ordered and received. But the first one I'm going to address is this one called the Tarot Handbook. Let's see, here we go. Tarot Handbook. Now, I read some reviews on Amazon about this book, and very mixed reviews. People either loved it or they really hated it. And it seems to be based somewhat on her interpretation of the Thoth deck. Now, I have the Thoth deck, but I've looked at it, but I really didn't know what to do with it. And I thought, well, this might be an interesting take on it. I do have another book on it. And, you know, with my gardening kind of winding down a little bit, at least the planting phase of it is, in the next 2 weeks, I hope, I would like to get some things to read over the winter. And so the first thing I do when I see a book that I think might have some interest for me, I check my local library, and my local library did have it, and that's what this one is from, a library. But then my next step is to see, once I look at it and I think it might have some interest, I then go online and see if I can find a used copy. And I did find a used copy yesterday for $3.95 from a Goodwill store, I think in Seattle. And then the shipping was like $3.50. So for $7.60-something, I was able to get what they call a good copy. And it has some worksheets in it, which is why, and I wanted to, you know, be able to put my own entries in there. So that's why I didn't want to spend the money to get a brand new copy, because I was going to mark it up anyway for my own study use. So anyway, I would be interested to see what anybody else's opinions are who have this book or who have looked at it, because she seems to have amazing credentials in terms of her study of things beside the Thoth deck, but also other tarot, and she seems to have a lot of information about tarot, symbolism and astrology and numerology. So I thought it was worth going. So I'm going to put this one aside, and I'm going to look up. These are some other new ones that I have gotten, and I'm going to sit here and open these up, because I know this is a book, and I don't think I've ordered any cookbooks recently, so this is probably a book on tarot. So let's see what this one is. Okay. I'm trying not to change the camera position because I have a real hard time editing these videos when I have to change the camera position. So I figured maybe I'll try it this time just to do it right in front of you with the book on my lap, and I can just open it up that way. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We have about 4 of these. It doesn't want to open up. Oh, yes, there it goes. Okay, let's see what this is. Now, a lot of these books are probably books you've all had for a while or seen. Okay, this one's called The Secret Language of Tarot. Let me hold it this way. There we go. The Secret Language of Tarot. And it's by Ruth Ann and Wald Amberstone. And the foreword is by Mary K. Greer, who we know because of her deck. So let's see what's in here. It said, this book will change the way you will see the cards. It brings a marvelous combination of imagery and intuition into a course of study for the tarot, teaching readers how to translate the pictorial symbolism from one deck to another. Now, I need that. I would like to know how more to tune in intuitively to a deck. And so The Secret Life, this sounds like it would be a good book for me. And again, this is obviously a used one that I purchased because I can see by the inside of it. And there's some, let's see, oh yeah. Yeah, there's some black and white photos here. Let's see, go this way. And there's things on symbolism. There's exercises and spreads. And let's see, what else is here? Yeah, so again, more information and maybe another approach different approach to it. And then they have a little introduction on how to use this book. So I'll be able to, pick up one of these every night and just look at it a little bit. Okay, now what is this one here? Oh, this one has already been opened, so let's see. Okay, let's see. Oh, this one came with some good recommendations. And it's called it's called Your Tarot Court. Read any deck with confidence. Maybe it's not the one I was thinking of. It is about the court cards. It says, turn the tarot court cards into noble allies for everyday reading you do. Okay. And since I'm a rank beginner, as you all know, I just need all the help I can get. So again, it's got black and white photos. And interesting, here's some pictures of the steampunk tarot. Whoops, wrong way. Steampunk tarot. I'm trying to figure out how to hold this so that I'm trying to look at it. Okay, well anyway, steampunk tarot. And then they have pictures from different tarot decks. There's one here from the Everyday Witch Tarot. Yeah, here we go. So that would be interesting. There's one from a deck called Bad Bitches Tarot. Okay, well this looks like it might have some interesting information and be a little bit of fun to peruse through. Okay, and let's see, this is the last one here. And it's another one I opened up. I don't even remember when I opened it up. Oh, okay. This is the Connolly Tarot. It's Tarot, a new handbook for the apprentice. That's me. Now, the reason I got this one is because I'm a huge fan of some of the tarot readers online who I discovered when I first started doing this, what was it, maybe last October. And Linda Comanche, psychic, is a particular favorite of mine. I just love her, as I do so many others. But she said that this was the book that she studied with, and I think it's the only one she said that she still uses as her way of interpreting cards. So since I'm such a big fan of hers, and of course she's this amazing psychic, not just a great tarot reader, but she's an amazing psychic and a delightful lady, I thought I would get that one. So as you can see, I have my reading set for this winter, this fall and winter. So when the garden goes to bed, I'm going to have more time to really read these things and get more in depth with some of the things. And I'm very interested in trying to find out how to tap into my own intuition. I know I have it in there somewhere, because when I was young I used to have a lot of psychic precognitive dreams, and years ago when I was meditating and doing yoga hours and hours a day and on a vegan diet and everything, my psychic centers were really opening. And then I reached a point in my spiritual studies where I decided, you know what, I had to just also be part of the world. I'm here in a body, it's third dimension, was a third planet from the sun. I had to take that wisdom and apply it to everyday life. Although I tend to be more hermit-like in my reality, because I like it that way, I also realized that I needed to also be in the world more and not be, and there were times when I was meditating and doing yoga 10 hours a day. And it was wonderful. I mean, when you do that kind of intense study, watching diet, right action techniques, and I had a lot of very advanced techniques from my channel teachers, you make great progress, which I did. But then it dawned on me again that, I'm in this world and I have to be in the world. And so I started balancing my life a little more. And I think my life is working well for me, but I also have lost a little bit of that intuition. So I'm looking for a way to maybe use the tarot as a thing, like a hobby, but also as a way of tapping back into my intuition. So that's it for the books for today. So now this came the other day. This is one of the newly arrived ones, and this is from Europe. And I'm expecting a couple of really good decks, so I don't know which one this is. So let me see if I can open this. Oh, easy box to open. Okay, and we have the ever-loving bubble wrap. Let's see what's here. More bubble wrap. Oh my. This is very well wrapped. And under the bubble wrap is this lovely little paper, and it says Scarlet imprint, libido Siendi, it looks like libido science, libido, that's interesting. What kind of a deck have I bought? Is it even a deck? Oh, yes it is. Okay. Wow. Scarlet imprint. I think this is one that I recently saw. My other wonderful tarot friend of late, Simon Harrison, who has the Hermes Cave. I think he did this on his a review of this. You know, he gets me in a lot of trouble because I love watching his site and I love looking at all his wonderful things. His home is like a beautiful shrine, so spiritual, and he's getting these decks all the time, these amazing decks, and he reviews them, and of course my resistance seems to be pretty low if you see all the decks I've bought since October. And you know, a lot of the decks I'm buying because they're decks that have been around a long time and I've seen people use them and I like them. And my daughter is interested in tarot right now, and she's busy doing mediumship work with a group of people in Germany where she lives. You know, they're tilting tables and doing this fantastic stuff. But I know she wants to get back into her tarot because she has some decks. So I know that I'm going to be giving her a very fun legacy of all of these decks at some point. So I think what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to just go through this, but on the table where I can get close up. So if you'll excuse me for a few moments, I will just move this camera, reset it up, and I'll edit to the video so you'll be able to get right back to seeing me do a run through of this deck. So hold on tight, I'll be right back. Well, I'm back, and I think I've got the camera set for better viewing of these cards. Now, the first thing I noticed when I opened this box, and this, by the way, it's called the Oculio Occultati. This is the Oculio Occultati deck. But the first thing I noticed, other than the name of it, was that there's no book with this deck. Not only is there no book, the cards do not have anything on them other than this beautiful artwork at the back and these amazing fronts. But I have no idea, as a beginning tarot person who's on this beginning journey, what these cards are. Like, who is this? There's no number, no name. I mean, unless there's a hidden number in there, I don't think so. So if someone has this deck, could you please tell me if there is a book to go with it? Okay, so I'll just run through these rather quickly. I mean, this looks like it might be the Hermit because he's carrying that thing on his back, and looks like there may be a dog there. And maybe this is the Magician. I don't know. Is that the Empress? I don't know, or High Priestess. So I'll just run through these and let you figure out what they are. This looks like maybe the Emperor. Beautiful. It's almost like wonderful etchings. I gather that's the Hierophant. Okay, I'm starting to figure out that it is representative of the thought figures. I'll just have to figure out myself. I don't know the decks that well, but I think that's the Lovers, yeah. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to deal with this. So I'll just go through these rather quickly so you all can get a good look at this deck here. Now, is that the Strength card? Yeah, I guess that's the Strength card with the lion. And obviously that's the Hermit, right? Okay. But without numbers and names, I won't know what I'm looking at. So I wonder if anybody else has this deck, how they deal with the fact that it doesn't have the straight artwork of a Rider-Waite, and there's not a number or a name. So, like, how am I going to know what I'm looking at? And I'm starting to think, did I buy the right deck? I don't know. But it's certainly interesting. This is obviously the Hanged Man. Okay, I got that one figured out. And of course the Death card, I can figure that one out anytime, right? That's the Death card. And some of these other ones, I don't have a clue because I don't know the progression of them. I know like 8 is the Death card, but I forget what 9 is. And I can't tell by someone just sitting there seeming to contemplate his navel who he is. Okay, and then we have 3 people here. Okay, I don't know what that one is. Oh, I'm going to have to run through these with my RW Waite in front of me to figure out what some of them are. But the artwork really is pretty tremendous, isn't it? I mean, wow. It's a very evocative card. And again, now is that, I don't know what that is. It's not the sun, it's not the moon, it's not the world. Oh, I need to study so much more. Look at this. Now that's is that the moon card there with the dogs and the moon? I think so. Okay. Okay. Sweet. Very sweet. Okay, I should know what that one is with the child on the horse, and my memory, at 79 and a half, my memory is not what it used to be, and it never was that good anyway. Okay, so is this, maybe this is Judgment? So I won't even try to guess some of these, because I'll probably make a fool of myself if I do. So anyway, wonderful, wonderful artwork. Just fantastic artwork. It's going to be very interesting tonight after dinner. I'm going to sit down with this deck and with my traditional Rider-Waite and run the cards in order to see exactly what I'm looking at, and then see if I can figure out the symbolism after I find out what it is, so that in the future I can use the deck. No, I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, so is that the Ace of Wands? I don't know. These look like wands to me. 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, is that what it is? Okay, yeah, the 4 of Wands. Okay, see, now these I can figure out, because there's the little thing for celebration. Okay. I really would love to read about the symbolism in this deck with these cards. There we go. 5 of Wands. Everybody going their own way. 6 of Wands. Yes. Obviously the 7 of Wands. Of course the 8 of Wands is very easy. Just always everything moving very fast. 9 of Wands. And 10 of Wands. I got what I want, but it's a heck of a burden to carry. Okay, so now, what did they do next? Is this Swords? Oh no, this would be, I guess, the Page of Wands, right? Maybe. That'd be the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I think that's what it is, Knight of Wands. They are in order with the right way. And then this is the Queen of Wands, I suppose. Wow. Interesting how they bring the color in there. And the King of Wands. Okay, so these must be the cups, I imagine. Nice that they changed the color for the thing. And the cups, you know, relating to water, the blue seems to be appropriate. Make sure I hold this right for you to see. And there's the Two of Cups. And the Three of Cups. Four of Cups. Now that's very typical of Rider-Waite. I don't like what's being offered. The Hand of God, perhaps. And the Five of Cups. Doesn't see the two filled ones behind her. Interesting that she's sort of a mermaid, but with a shark mermaid. That's what it looks like, right? And the Six of Cups. And the Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Yeah, so it's interesting that they're all like mermaids, mermaids. Nine of Cups. Wow. I'll just go through these pretty quickly. And Ten of Cups. And then what we have here. And then we have the, I guess, what would be the Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Wow, beautiful card. Gorgeous card. And the Queen of Cups. King of Cups. Trying to show, there we go. King of House. Oh wow. So appropriate for swords to change to red, right? Ace of Swords. Wow. Two of Swords. There's again the Rider-Waite symbolism. Same thing with the Three of Swords. So some of these cards do it. It's only the court cards that I had trouble with because I don't know the sequence of them, and I couldn't recognize them without any of the symbolism that I associate with them. And this is the Three. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Oh, that's a Six of Swords. No, that's the Five of Swords. No, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, yeah. When I see the boat, I know it's not the Five of Swords. It's the Six of Swords. Yeah, going off on a new journey. Seven of Swords. And we have the Eight of Swords. And the Nine of Swords. The bad dreams. At least they showed the bed, and that's so you know what the symbolism is there. And then you can count the swords so you know what it is. And then, of course, the Ten of Swords is like, uh-oh. One of the uh-oh cards. To me, the Ten of Swords and the Tower are the uh-oh cards. Uh-oh. And then you have the Page. Lovely movement of the character in that card. And oh, look at the dolphin for the knight. I love that. He's riding on the dolphin. Instead of on a horse, the swords is riding on the dolphin. At least it looks like a dolphin to me. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. The Queen. Is that a revision of John the Baptist? I hope not. Oh my goodness. Very scary card. Queen of Swords. And we have the King of Swords. Oh, and now we come to the Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. And again, green for money. I mean, the color choices are very good for the decks, for the artwork for the decks. And then we've got the Two of Pentacles. And we've got the Three. And the Four. And the Five. Well, at least we have the church, the stained glass sort of on the church, and we don't have the snow, but we can figure that one out easily, right? Five. And then we have the Six here. And the Seven. And the Eight. It's the artisan hard at work. And the Nine of Pentacles. It's interesting, instead of having a woman sitting overlooking her garden with her animals, they'd have a male figure in this one. 9. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles with the different figures. So a lot of people refer to that as family money. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. And we have, oh, interesting. I must have reversed those. You have the Queen of Pentacles. And lastly, the King of Pentacles. Now, this cardstock is very sturdy. I mean, it's not glossy, which I like, because I find that some of the glossy ones are hard to shuffle. They kind of go falling all over the place for me. But it's very sturdy cardstock. I don't know how in the world it would have to shuffle these. I mean, I would have to probably just spread them out and then mix them all up. I don't know. I'll have to play with it. But I think it would be, it's a big deck, very big deck. And I don't think I'd want to cut it or trim it. I don't know. But yeah, this cardstock, as you can see, it's thick and sturdy. Well, I'll have to play with this a while and see how it works out. But if any of you have this deck or know anything about it, I would be interested in seeing if there's any kind of a book about it. Let me see, because I think there's only another card in here. The box is just a regular little normal box, and this was the only other thing in there. And this says, the Oculio Occultati Tarot of Radomil Bogulovsky was published by Scarlet imprint on the 11th of August 2018 in a strictly limited edition of 900 hand-numbered decks, of which this is number 464. So they've sold half of the decks already, more than half the decks already. But it's a very interesting, different deck. The artwork is rather amazing. And so I'm going to have to study more on this and compare it to, especially have to compare those major arcana cards, because I just don't know what some of those cards were, because I'm not studied enough in the sequence of them. I know what the first probably 5 or 6 are, and I know what some of the other ones are, but some of them, like the Temperance card and those, I don't know their numbers offhand. So I've got some studying to do, but I still have to finish my garden. And in another couple of days, maybe I'll take you on a tour of my garden and you see what has been distracting me from my tarot studies. So I wish all of you a most wonderful day and a wonderful life. And if you have any input for this, I would appreciate any kind of input. I hope I got the card showing better with the new camera setup, but it's a little difficult to do when I'm trying to photograph with the camera behind me. So any hints on photographing would be very good. So anyway, my beloved, beloved viewers, thank you for stopping by. And please hit the like button if you have any value to seeing some of these decks or my videos. And I wish you the best of everything today and every day. Namaste.